Sri Lanka, a tropical island nation off the southeast coast of the Indian subcontinent. All who visit are struck by its beauty in both its lush, rolling interior and its pristine, idyllic coastline. On December 26, 2004, Sri Lanka's south and east coasts were devastated by tsunamis spawned from one of the deadliest natural disasters in modern history, the Indian Ocean earthquake. Tens of thousands of coastal Sri Lankans were killed and millions more displaced. The disaster prompted the international community to pour millions of dollars of assistance into the country, and hundreds of humanitarian aid groups and non-governmental organizations flocked there to help with relief operations. One such organization to join the relief efforts is WorldCare, a Tucson-based nonprofit that attempts to match disadvantaged communities with the items they most need. Lisa Hopper, president and founder of WorldCare, spent 10 days touring Sri Lanka's southern coast, assessing both the damage and the coordination of the relief efforts. Over the course of her trip, she saw entire towns that had been reduced to rubble, thousands of people displaced in makeshift refugee camps, and manifestations of the ethno-political turmoil between the government and militant separatists that have plagued the country for 2 decades. But she also saw an efficient and effective international aid effort, a coordinated resource distribution chain, and, most importantly, glints of hope in the eyes of those afflicted. Using a handheld video camera, she recorded much of her trip, and the following documentary combines scenes from Hopper's footage with an interview held at WorldCare's headquarters at 320 South Wilmot Road.
I might, if
I'm Lisa Hopper, president and founder of WorldCare, and we're doing the support of the tsunami disaster over in Asia. My purpose was to go over there and continue to identify the growing needs that were actually creating themselves. This is the type of a disaster that has never happened before, and so as far as a humanitarian aid organization, we wanted to be able to meet up with the other groups that were over there and really have a clear understanding and define our roles so we can expedite things more efficiently in this effort. And so that was the goal, was to be able to create this incredible synergy with all these other organizations to meet that demand and need.
The first part of the video, you're in Colombo,
Yeah.
and you're driving to the eastern coast,
Yeah.
and you're driving and you see there's just all these beautiful sights inland.
It's just gorgeous. It's a beautiful country.
Talk about the beauty of it.
Well, first of all, it's very tropical, and coming from the desert, as I do, I'm from Tucson, Arizona, it's such a warm welcoming to be able to drive through these just lush, green, beautiful mountains and see wild monkeys jumping around and seeing just all these interesting animals that you don't normally have an opportunity to see. And what I also experienced was this tranquility that you just don't get in a regular community setting. But you know, the higher up we went in the mountains, the mist was there, and it was just so incredibly tranquil. And we saw monks, and they had their monasteries in those regions. We saw the Buddhists that had theirs, and very delightful, very peaceful people. I can't express just the the spiritual atmosphere that we experienced going through the mountains. Once we arrived to the coastal area, after coming down from the mountains, we ended up on the east side, which there was approximately 211 camps on that side of the country. Anywhere ranging from 40 people in those camps to 4,500 in a camp. And the destruction was unbelievable. It was though, as we first started out, we started experiencing the destruction when we were near a rice paddy. And beyond that rice paddy was the ocean. It didn't look like anything actually had happened there. We actually thought it was a beautiful coastline. And then one of the villagers had walked up to the side of the the vehicle because we had actually lost a wheel, and told us that there was an entire village here and it's gone. There was like over 500 people that had lived there, and their homes, everybody's gone. Along the shorelines, they bury a lot of their people in stone caskets. And these things were uprooted, tossed around. The bodies that were inside of them were mixed up, gone, or you'd find them elsewhere. But all of that stuff is all changed now. So all the burial grounds are all changed as well. If you just look at, I've been in war environments where there is just, things have been bombed out, and I was in Iraq last year, and nothing in comparison to what I saw in Sri Lanka. Is just, the devastation is just incredible.
Dropping off all the supply. This is exactly what's going on here. We simply don't have enough resources, and the TRO has taken away the majority of the food, and so now we're going to be distributing out of the first aid area. This is going to be a situation they have to stay in line, but this is going to be a very big concern here.
Well, when we were in the camps on the east side, we had met up with many organizations, one of them being the TRO, the Tennille, or I don't know how you would pronounce it, but Tennille reorganization.
The Tamil Tigers? Is that?
Yes.
That's okay. So that's the TRO.
Tamil. Okay. So when we went over there, they were actually providing food for one of the groups, one of the camps there, for one of the largest camps, and it has been some tension historically between the TRO and the government and the military. We ended up providing food, and we were just supposed to hand it over to the food group who was handling it, which was the TRO. Well, apparently they were kicked out hours before we had gotten there. They were kicked out. There was no food at that camp, and there's 4,500 people. And we were trying to figure out, the children were asking, they were hungry. It's like, well, we can take you over to the food tent, and they are saying there is no food tent.
Yes. Where's the food?
Foods and medicine and all.
Where? Where is it?
Sanitation.
Where is it?
Sorry?
Where is it? Where is the food?
The only thing that the military people could say, it was a government decision. And that was not good enough as far as I'm concerned. I mean, these were children, and from multicultural environment. There were multiple religions, and the majority of the children that you see are orphans. They have no family members, and they've been submerged into these camps. And so the government kicked out all the food, and here it is. We only have these what I would consider like morsels of food to provide, and so we were trying to figure out where to set this up.
So the government in Sri Lanka is keeping people from getting food.
We have distribute 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock you distribute. Okay, so we tell the people, you tell the people 5 o'clock that they come. Right. We tell the people 5 o'clock you distribute. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Are you hopeful from what you saw that this area will be able to recover, and what kind of time frame?
Well, I think that that's going to be a question that many people have asked already, and it's going to have many answers from different people. Some feel that they're never going to recover from this. I feel that they're a very hardy people, that they've experienced disaster before. They've experienced situations that have compromised them, and they have weathered through those storms. I think that I think that with the continual help that we're able to provide over time, whether it be the United States, the collaborative efforts throughout, that they are going to recover. but we cannot replace and the losses that they have lost. We cannot prepare them for things that we just don't know what's going to happen to them, but we can provide them and hopefully get them to a level that they can become self-sustainable again. And that's our goal. Keep them in school, keep their environment clean and healthy, and then we don't have to add to the already tragedy that's there.